Welcome to another episode of Rusted Rides. Today we are working on a 68 Bel Air that has had a very interesting past. We will fill you in as we go. Let's get into it. So this is the car. A 1968 Bel Air with a 572 big block GM crate engine. When the car came to the shop, it had the front and back glass taped in with red tuck tape, which never comes off nicely. But I guess no tape that has been sitting for a long time ever does. So that was the first thing that we needed to go, front and back. Then the car got wiped down and vacuumed out before sanding started. This Bel Air belongs to a friend of Cam's, and it's a project that started in 2009 when it went to a shop to get redone. But instead of getting redone, it went missing for 2 years. Not sure all the details, but once he got the car back, it went to another shop that put in the new floors and did all the body work. Then it sat for about 13 years before it was brought here. We've all had a project that sits, sometimes for years, just begging to be completed, and some never do. Let us know in the comments what project you're working on, or what project you have sitting on the sidelines just waiting to be worked on. Cam and Katie went over this car a number of times, just finding any little imperfections and fixing them. Once that was complete, it was time to hit it with a fresh coat of primer. The hood had some rotten sheet metal and needed to be fixed. So Cam cut out the bad sections and cleaned up the inside cavity of the hood, before cutting some custom patches out of, you guessed it, old shelves. I gotta say, these patches turned out fantastic. The hood was then primed and the whole car was scuffed down so that a nice coat of black primer could be applied. The interior, exposed metal, and the trunk all got that same nice coat of black primer. After the black primer, the car was scuffed down again. You may have noticed that we are skipping or keeping the sanding and scuffing brief. No one needs to see the same car sanded down 4 times over. Then came masking before the door jambs got some color. This was a good test so that the owner could see how the color looks before we go any further. All was good, so it was time to take things to the next level. All right, you've done something really cool this time. Let's take a look at this, shall we?
Yeah. You might notice that we've been putting together some filler videos over the last couple of weeks, and the reason being is because we are now into week 6 into this major overhaul.
Yeah, it's a big job.
It's
and you've got a little, like ETs living in here. They plastic everything off.
No, I'm not going to call it a paint booth. Look at this. Little bits of dust are still finding their way in here. I'm not even going to call it a paint booth. I don't want any dust that's over there, or on that wall, or on that wall over there, or even the ceiling for that matter, which is probably the biggest culprit. I mean, we don't have a huge dust problem in here, but I think this will help. We got some furnace filters taped into it to try and keep some fresh airflow through here.
Yeah.
Well, I'm nervous for this one.
Well, you've done a lot of prep.
Yeah, this car has to be absolutely perfect in every way, because as you saw, there's a lot of time and a lot of money into it.
Yeah, well, we can't pull this up just now, but I have a clip from another video. I'll show it.
Yeah, we'll explain that after we untape it. So
yeah.
I guess we'll explain what we're painting it with today. So I've decided for this one, we're going to use Nason single stage as a base coat. And the reason for that is because it covers a lot better, and I like it's got better metallic in it. It goes on a bit flatter. Mm-hmm. Maybe you remember in the last couple of videos, the base coat. I just don't like how it goes on.
Right.
I mean, I've done a lot of trial and error with doing clear coat over single stage, wet on wet.
Yeah.
And it's passed. So
this will be the full, do the full car.
Yeah, it's an expensive way to go, but.
Right.
For what I did under the deck lid and under the hood like that, and in the door jambs, they're all done. They're taped off, and it looks amazing. It lays out and looks like a pane of glass.
So single stage, and then as soon as that's on,
yeah, we're gonna let it sit. Just probably, I'm gonna say about 10 minutes until it's just starting to tack up, and then we're gonna attack it with a really nice coat of clear. Right on. Whether I'll put 2 coats on, I don't know. I guess we'll just see what it looks like.
Yeah, exciting new venture here, and the owner's cool with it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's an expensive way to go.
Experimenting on somebody's prize car.
We're not experimenting. No. The experimental stage is done. I did a couple. I did some bikes with it.
Yeah. Okay.
Done a couple test panels. Left them outside years ago.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm so happy with how that turns out. So I figured this is a perfect one to do it on.
Yeah. All right. Let's mix it up.
Yeah.
Before we can spray any paint on the car, we went over it with Final Wipe to make sure the surface was good and clean.
I guess we'll just throw on the first coat and see if anything goes wrong. You remember when you're painting and you start seeing things going wrong? You can never bury it with more paint. That's the worst decision you can make. Ask me how I know. Dean's trick. You guys paying attention to this? No more mess. Oh, except I put it off center, but whatever. Okay. Let it just drip onto that rag. And look at this.
The can's still clean.
That it is. And one part. Oh, it's so thick, man. I should have had that house last night. Oh well.
Second coat. How's it looking?
Yeah, it's clearing out.
The green looks fantastic. You actually have a bit of green on the side of your nose there.
Ah, yeah, I need a new respirator. Starting to get a bit of a buzz.
Oh, that's not good.
And it looks perfect right now. It'd be a shame if something went wrong now for the putting the clear on. But,
That's the thing. It does look so good.
I know, but I want the polishing capabilities of the clear coat.
Yeah.
Just give it a little more depth. So
We're done.
Let's go in and try it, I suppose.
All right, let's do it. Wet on wet.
It's looking really, really good. We'll give you
it witchcraft.
witchcraft. It is. This is witchcraft. How well this is turning out. This technique. Take a look at this. I don't know if you can tell, but just how glossy and glass-like this paint is. So we're gonna let it sit for the night. We're gonna come back tomorrow, unbag it, and we'll show you guys how she turned out.
We'll see you then.
All right, Cam. The paint has dried. This looks stinking good.
Yeah, 2 weeks later.
Man, oh man. So we, this is actually, like 2 weeks later, you're right, because we had a little issue.
Well,
We had a lot of storms.
I don't know when exactly you're gonna have time to edit. Your power line is still laying on the ground.
I'm
isn't
on
it?
day like 13 with no
So,
power.
We painted this. We're at 2 weeks now, and when we finished painting it, I was gonna send Tim the footage, and then we were gonna get it out. We're trying to stay on a 2-week schedule with uploading videos, but then here in Ontario, we had a miserable ice storm come through.
It was bad.
Knocked our power lines on the shop got ripped off, and a big tree land on the building,
Yeah.
which doesn't matter because we had no hydro anyway. But yeah, clear coat over nason single stage.
And look at it. It is glossy.
Nothing.
It is like glass. It is reflective. It's sparkly. Man, this looks good.
And you know, we got a side-by-side comparison right over here. Well, he's quickly wiping it down. This is nason single stage without clear coat. This isn't an old paint job. He's done some polishing here.
This side just got a little buff, and this side outside all winter.
But it just doesn't have quite the same depth to it. Like for this is only one coat of clear over the single stage.
Yeah, it looks unreal.
Yeah, I posted this paint job in a auto body group on Facebook, and I got absolutely torn to shreds. I guess I should have mentioned that I did a bunch of test runs with it.
Right.
You know, this isn't an experiment. We can't call it an experiment. But the biggest issue, the two things that everybody kept saying, they're like, you're an idiot, that the single stage is going to dry slower than the clear coat you put on top. But you know what they mix into nason single stage?
Clear coat.
Clear coat. So it sinks down into it. There's no solvent pop. There's no reactions. Said we did this 2 weeks ago. And they're also saying, people were saying that you can't cut and polish it.
And you did over here, right? You did a little test with the...
Just a little test right through this strip right here. 2,000 grit wet sand, and then a 3,000 grit, and then just a quick polish. And as I'm wet sanding, it's white and milky. There's no green in the wet sanding residue whatsoever.
So it's buff just like clear coat.
Yeah, so you know what, the idea behind this
fantastic.
Is I like the way it applies. It's very forgiving.
Yeah.
Nice, thick, heavy coat.
Yeah.
And then the clear coat on top, you get it on there wet on wet within 10 minutes. It's an unbelievable shine.
It looks so good.
Now we just got to get it all back together without scratching everything here. Colors are all going to match up.
Look at that. Yeah. That looks so good. Man.
That's Katie's block sanding right there. You look at the lines down it.
Yeah, good straight. This car is massive, by the way. Massive.
It's got over $100,000 into the 4-door 68. You seen this motor? 740 horsepower.
Wow.
572 crate engine.
This thing, well, it needs to be a big, powerful motor to drag this boat around.
It's the first time anything's been done with it in 10 years. This project was started back in 2009, and then the first place it went to, it was stolen, it was missing for 2 years, and then it was found, and then it went to another shop, and then, you know, life goes, you had to pull the plug on it for another, that was 2012, so 13 years.
Wow.
He's a close family friend. You know what, the shop that, you know, did all the fabricating in the first round of bodywork, stripped it. They did an amazing job. So,
yeah,
you know, I remember years ago being in high school, coming and staring at it when it was just in primer, and I'd never imagined he'd let me do it, but here we are.
Here we are. It looks crazy, man. It looks so good. I can't wait to see this thing all done and put together. What you looking at?
Oh, just so much dust has landed on it.
Oh, now that it's there. Now that it's...
But the paint booth, it works so good.
It works so good.
This is the cleanest one that's ever come out of this shop.
Definitely.
I mean, look at the gate.
I know.
There's no dust in it.
I know.
And the hood. There's no dust in that hood. Same can't be said about the GTO, though. It's got a lot of dust in it.
that was a couple years ago.
You didn't even sweep the floor when we painted that.
It was a bit of a rush job.
Rush job. That car was in here for 4 years. It wasn't no rush job.
Yeah, I remember. That came in right after my car left.
Yeah.
The Fiero.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So.
All right, well, that's it for the paint job portion of this car. We're going to do reassembly in the next video.
Yeah, we'll try and get it out.
Yeah, sorry for the delay on this. Yeah. The ice storm, just all that stuff.
We'll try and get the chrome on. I got to do a full cut and polish, so we'll do a little tutorial on that.
Yeah.
This has been 7 weeks now.
Yeah.
8 weeks.
And
this
then
car's been in here for 8 weeks.
After this, we're going to be working on the Charger.
So, till next time, hopefully next week.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
See ya.